So here it is, the one we've been waiting for. It's first versus second. FC Andorra versus Real Zaragoza. Let's go. Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here with episode 61 of Andorra, the double challenge in which I take charge of the club FC Andorra and the country of Andorra and try to lead them both along the road to glory. And our return to La Liga could come just that little bit closer today. Like I said at the top of the show, we're playing Zaragoza, our closest challengers. At the moment, they're 4 points behind us, so a win today could open up a huge 7-point gap as we come into the final stretch of matches. But before we get into all that, some more transfer news. Now, in the last episode, of course, we dealt with that bastard Baltazar on his way out. We recalled Maximovic, if I can get his name right, from loan, but not something we were entirely happy with. So we were still in the market for a striker. We still had a couple of weeks of the transfer window left, and we did bring in a striker. So I think I showed you last time João Duarte, who came in as a midfielder. Then we also got this guy, Lindo, who we've signed, brought him in from Brazil, just 19 years old. One where we're looking at potential more than current ability, but, now he's got the chance, got a few months to bed in the Segunda Division and hopefully be ready to, light things up next season. I mean, he's got some developing to do, but we like his teamwork and we like his pace, of course. And we need to work on his finishing. But Lindo, that's what we put our money on. He was available for 8.75 million. It's quite a bit of money for a club like Andorra, but that was his release clause. The only thing is he's a bit fickle. And more one for the future, a guy who I modelled my new hairstyle on, Guillaume André, so a French player who's come in, one for the future. We'll have him in as a backup for now, but just to add a bit of depth to defence. He can also play defensive midfield, but decent potential here again. Only the departure of note, Fran Navarro, because I wasn't going to be able to register him in the squad after Lindo arrived, so we sold him to Cannes for £500,000, probably underselling him a bit value-wise, but at least we got him off the wage bill. Results then, so last episode was that disappointing cup defeat to Leganés. We then travelled to Malaga, a bit of a disappointing one this, Malaga in and around the relegation zone. Here it was only 1-1. We had to battle hard for that point as well. Malaga really went for it in that game. They took the lead. Koulibaly, ironically enough, after Lindo arrived, it was Koulibaly who got the goal. We then played Real Madrid B, an easy 4-0 win. Alex Robertson picking up a brace. Perez and Sieta adding the cherry on top. A surprising draw, though, against a tough Athletic Bilbao B team that we just could not break down. 0-0. Then away to Vigo. Lindo got his first goal for the club to give us a lead. They equalised. Jorge Gomez got his first goal for the club to put us back in front. And then Maximovic, coming in off the bench, got his first goal for the club. They did get one back late on, but a 3-2 win it was. We then travelled to Sevilla to take on their B team. It was Crush and Koulibaly again getting on the score sheet. Lindo unfortunately did pick up a knock in that Vigo game, but Koulibaly stepped in. He's finally learnt how to score for a 2-1 win. And then most recently we played Tarragona. Bit of a tough game this, Tarragona, much like Malaga, down around the relegation zone. Should have been an easy win there. Actually, they went close to scoring a few times. It took a penalty to beat them. So, apart from that Real Madrid game, obviously losing Baltazar, we're struggling for goals. No one's really stepped up and claimed that striker position as their own just yet, but we're still grinding out the wins. And that brings us to this key game with Zaragoza, because of course if it's a bit of a 6-pointer, this one, if they win they close the gap to a point, if we win we open the gap to 7. So let's get straight to it. We are favourites for the tie, for the match rather, and this is the team that we're going with. So Jimenez is continuing in goal. We've got Gomez and Crush who formed a very strong partnership In the centre of defence, Jonathan and Hernandez, who are linking up well with their respective wingers, Perez and Ruiz. We've got Duarte and Macias in the middle. Guedes dropped down to the bench. Guedes, he wanted to leave in January. He said, I want you to bring in better players, strengthen the squad. I mean, we brought in Duarte, we brought in Arlindo. That wasn't enough for him. He was unhappy after the transfer window closed, but then I just got Captain Perez to go and have a word, and now we're sorted. Anyway, Robertson in attacking midfield and Arlindo up front. We've got Koulibaly on the bench today. We've got, as we already mentioned, Guedes on the bench, and Sieta, Eugenio. Those are the ones that are likely to come on as well. Okay, they've come looking a bit defensive, 4-1-4-1. Aznar looks like he's going to be a bit lonely. Okay, come on, lads, keep our run going. We'll tell Arlindo that we've got faith in him. That's enough for now. Let's get out there. It's not on TV, this match. We've had a few games on TV. Interestingly, all our matches against the B teams were chosen for television coverage, but the top of the table clash with Zaragoza is not. Anyway, early chance for Arlindo. Wow. Well, that's a way to introduce himself to the channel. Everybody, meet Arlindo. So we see from the throw-in, Hernandez picks up Robertson. Robertson saw his man, anticipated the run. Arlindo got there well before anybody else. Thank you very much. That settled the nerves. Nice early goal. Get Zaragoza on the ropes early, and now beat them senseless. Okay, throw in for us. Jonathan gives the ball away. You just rushed that a bit, I guess. And now Zaragoza with the chance to break forward, but Ruiz cuts them off. And now he goes on one of his runs. Is he going to shoot? Yes, he misses. He does that a lot, Ruiz. He goes on these very long runs, like from the halfway line right into the box, and then usually shoots. And now he's got himself injured. Okay, Sieta's going to come on then. Sieta's better as an inverted winger than an inside forward, so we've got all that set up already in the personalised role. And let's tell him, I've got faith in you, get out there and make a difference. Okay, Zaragoza looking to get back in this before half-time. Come on, boys, let's launch a quick counter-attack. It's Robertson, launches one forward to Arlindo. Arlindo beats his man. Ooh, it's saved by the keeper. So close to a second goal. We've still got a chance with the corner. It comes out to Robertson. Robertson, he beats his man, I thought he was going to shoot there, but he didn't. Now we've kind of been pushed out of the box. A little bit disappointing, but it's Robertson again. Sieta. They're packing the centre, and we are not exploiting the flanks for some reason. So 1-0 it is at half-time. We've had all the shots. We haven't let them have any. Nice. Right, don't get complacent is the command. I'm just going to have a look in the team instructions. Like I said, I want to get that overlap on. All right, there we go. Overlap set up. Low crosses as well to take advantage of Arlindo's pace. Let's see if we can take advantage here. Anyway, Duarte plays it forward. Robertson out wide. Arlindo, so close. Tight angle, but he directed his header well, just not quite enough. Zaragoza, their first chance of the game, just clips the top of the bar. That's the thing, although we've dominated, we're only 1-0 up, so there's always a chance that Zaragoza are going to come back with some moment of magic. We're going to bring on Guedes for Macias. Guedes be a bit more attacking in his central midfield role, so put them under a bit more pressure. One thing to point out, of course, today is we've got 3 Andorrans in the starting lineup. Hernandez, Gomez and Perez. Not many Premier League teams can say they've got 3 English players in their squad, so I think that's pretty good. 3 Andorrans. And Zaragoza, though, coming forward. Don't let them equalise. Jimenez saved it and then nearly concussed himself on the post trying to stop the corner. Anyway, we've got to deal with this. Let's get it clear. Only to the edge of the box. This is dangerous. Good play from Duarte. Okay, here we go. Free kick. Very dangerous position here. Jonathan's going to take it. Is he going to fire one in? Close. He's scored a couple of those this season, but not today. I'm getting a bit nervous now. Are we going to hold on for another scrappy 1-0 win? Or are they going to equalise? Or are we going to open up that little cushion with a second goal? maybe here comes Arlindo. He plays in Robertson. Robertson, fantastic. That's just what we wanted. Arlindo returns the favour to Robertson from earlier in the game. Beautifully taken goal. I mean, we just won it there. Sieta got the header, and then Arlindo just opened up the space. Robertson made the run. Beautiful. And that is that. 2-0 victors. Quite easy in the end, although we did have a couple of scares in the second half. Also, Atletico Pamplona won their game, which means they actually leapfrog Zaragoza into second place. There you go. I'm pleased with the result and your performance. We'll end the team talk there. Great performance from Robertson, I have to say. He was instrumental in the first goal, scored the second goal, and was involved in a lot of the play in between as well. Okay, so Ruiz in that match, twisted ankle, out for possibly 2 months. That's not good. He's a loanee signing, so 2 months pretty much takes us up to the end of the season. Yeah, and Robertson with the man of the match with a 9 rating. Absolutely fantastic. Keep it up. So that's a good run. We've put together 8 games unbeaten for us, and 6 of those have been victories. So we've got to be pretty pleased with that. That's the kind of form we need to be putting together at this stage of the season. So just looking at the fixtures that are coming up, we've got a couple of the B teams again. Mallorca away could potentially be a tough one, although they are down in mid-table. And then we've got a couple of easy games here. Ferrol down in 19th. Alcorcon, who are down in 18th. Then we've got Vallecano. That's going to be a toughie. They're 5th, of course. Girona, 14th. So quite, a winnable stretch of games coming up. Perhaps Vallecano is going to be the most difficult. What I would look at, though, is when we get into May. So we've got Deportivo La Coruña, always a tough opponent. We've got Mirandes. Then we've got Atletico Pamplona, currently 2nd. So probably next episode is going to be that one, Atletico Pamplona. But of course, if anything of major interest or significance in the race for promotion and the race for the title happens before then, we'll come back for that. But probably that's going to be the next episode, and I hope you will join me for it. So do let me know down in the comments what you think of Arlindo, what you think of the other signings we brought in, and what you think of our chances now. Are we going to just march towards the title, or are we going to have to work a bit harder for it? Do let me know. But also, don't forget, hit that like button if you've enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Doggy Gamer. See you again soon.